thank you for being here today. My name is Roya Poller, and I am the president and founder of Generation Change Empty the Tanks, Inc. And I just want to say how thankful I am that I was able to be here today to present to you. This is really an honor. This has been a journey of about 3 years, and I am truly grateful for being here. Generation Change Empty the Tanks, Inc. is a nonprofit organization dedicated to teaching the next generation the dangers of marine mammal captivity and the need to protect our oceans. And I know that that does sound a lot like what you've just heard, but the difference between our organization is that we work with children who are inner city youth, have been removed, trafficked, or taken from their families due to abuse and neglect, live in what we now call group homes, which is a nice word for orphanage, and have no ability to access the specialized information based on lack of educational resources or finances, but are interested in learning as an outlet so that they can grow and be better for the environment and for themselves. We are very dedicated to teaching children that every drop matters, whether it's every drop in every tank that holds cetaceans captive, or every drop on the ocean, because without water, we are a dead planet. I've worked with the city of Philadelphia as a social worker for 20 years, and I have worked with over thousands of children. I have removed them, placed them. There's a lot of what I do that is similar to captivity in a way, only we remove them from unsafe places. But the education that these kids get is so basic. The schools are constantly cutting everything. I mean, they get math, science, the basics. They get nothing extra, no art, no music. There's no time to have something that they enjoy or are interested in. There's no extracurricular activity after school. There's no summer programs. They have no idea that simple everyday actions that they take could really reduce the amount of plastics that's found in our ocean or help make a change in this world. I am going to show you a small sampling of children that I've interviewed. It's random children answering questions that I've asked to sort of give you an idea of how and where our coast and our inner city kids are, like Philadelphia, New York, New Jersey, and the fact that they're not really clear what's happening today in the ocean or that marine mammals shouldn't be in captivity. Some of them are nervous. I'll stop it at some point so that you get some of their messages if you can't hear it, because some of the messages I think are very powerful.
I don't know what it does. Just swims, doesn't do nothing, gets bored and tired, and hunts for food.
Well, I'm not entirely sure what a marine animal is, but judging by the name, I guess it has something to do with an animal that is related to the water. I think a marine animal is a little animal in the ocean. I think I'm not entirely sure.
Would you be shocked to learn that a killer whale is not a whale?
What? Wait, yes. I thought they were in a whale family.
I actually didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
So a killer whale is the largest dolphin.
Dolphin? What? Wow. So why is it named a killer whale?
Would you be surprised to learn that there is a bear that's a marine mammal?
Yeah.
Yeah, you would?
Polar bears?
Yeah.
Oh, they count as... They count as that?
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to stop this for 1 second because the audio gets missed. But if you see what he's sitting next to, in our city that's called a sewer. I guess you guys would identify that as a storm drain. Our kids have no idea that is a direct link to a waterway. I cannot tell you how many times I go to a home visit and the sewer is just clogged. And so what I'm asking these kids is, do you know what that is? And have you ever seen trash in it? And do you know where it goes? So that's what this next clip will answer. And there's an initiative. There's little buttons on our sewers that say this leads to this river, but none of them have seen it. Like what kind of trash?
Cans. Wrappers.
Wrappers.
Cans.
Cans. Say it again.
Huh?
I didn't hear you.
Cans. Like trash bottles and stuff. Trash bags. Oil cans.
Bottles,
Garbage bags.
cans, like
Garbage bags.
store bags and stuff.
Paper wrappers.
Bottles.
It is so.
Potato chips.
Mm-hmm.
Cans. Juice. They throw juice down the streets. Like chicken
The changes in ocean.
I think ocean conservation is something that has to do with conserving water and conserving the lives of animals in the ocean. I guess I kind of think of protecting the ocean and the environment around it.
So how would you do that?
I honestly am not sure.
by dumping clean water and taking all the dirty water out.
So she says, I don't know if you, so in her mind, she thinks we can dump clean water in, and then the clean will wash the dirt. So there's very little concept of how these kids can help. And what she's going to go on to say, and you can't hear it at all, is all trash is the same. So I ask her if she can recycle.
And we have tried to take all the dirty water out. All trash is the same.
We would feel really, really sad if we couldn't swim in the ocean anymore, if it was all polluted, because if it was polluted, that would be disgusting. Like all this trash in the ocean, none of the animals could live, and it's horrible.
So if it was polluted, meaning in their mind, it's not. So that was important to me, that they didn't even get that it is.
We wouldn't be able to have fun in the ocean. We wouldn't be able to have fun. People wouldn't be able to go on ships or cruises or anything. We wouldn't be able to.
It's emotional.
We wouldn't be able to play in the waves.
I learned that animals can sometimes need food so they can live and so they can survive and they won't die because they actually would.
So I tried to not get them to say the SeaWorld name. We begged that girl 4 times because we have about $37 in our Gem Change account. So after the 4th take, we just let her say it. But some of these kids have actually gone to captive industry places, and it's amazing how smart they are, like places that hold cetaceans captive, and how the message is, well, the world is not safe, and so here they're safe, and here they're happy, and if you put them in the wild, they would die, and you'll see that. Or be eaten by sharks. So it's a big theme through all of them.
That's why they bring animals there because they know that nobody that SeaWorld has.
That's what she said.
Because they want to
eaten by
take care
sharks.
of them, and they don't want them to get hurt and stuff.
And like most of them were endangered, kind of. I don't know specifically, because I was usually just like entertained by what the killer was doing behind them. So I really wasn't paying attention.
So we don't leave them uneducated. All these kids have taken our classes and have learned, how they can help. They've also received through donations of people that log onto our website or help us or just, drop off, have been able to receive sustainable reusable bottles, sustainable reusable lunch bags, sustainable reusable snack bags, so no more Ziplocs. They get cloth bags that they can wash out at night and then put their snacks back in for lunch. They get glass ware versus Tupperware, and they have Gone With Me, and you're going to see this to Clean Oceans, with Clean Ocean Action to Clean Beaches, and they look at all the plastic or junk that's around. They also get taught facts about marine mammals, and that'll come later. You missed that clip. Wonder. Oh well, it's fine. So how do I teach them? I'm a social worker, So I've had in my mind 4 teachers, and I have read and watched, I feel, everything that these 4 individuals have put out on the web, have given me, have sent me, have on their websites, and that would be Dr. Laura Marino, who has had a very interesting talk, and at the end someone says to her, how do you combat someone who says the captive industry is good? And I feel that this is a great way to come at these kids, because the last thing any teenager wants an adult to do is tell them what to do. They will immediately do the opposite. And so we go through it the way I believe it was explained, and that's that this isn't moral or ethical. This is what sedations are, and this is how they behave. And we know they don't thrive in captivity. So we give them the message of science. We don't make them pro-captivity. We don't make them anti-captivity. We teach them and we let them choose. Dr. Naomi Rose at her TED Talk said that consumer choice is a powerful force of change. So imagine if just every one of those kids said, no, I don't want to go there for a vacation or holiday. I'd rather go here. And that is where Dr. Jeffrey Ventry has come in. He was gracious enough in 2013 to give 2 Gen Changers an interview. And one of the questions was, how can kids like us get to know killer whales in the wild? And he said, take a plane to Seattle and get onto San Juan Island and come see them for yourselves. And that was 3 years ago. So it took us 3 years, but we finally made it. And we are very grateful that we are here. We had those 2 girls who were very little then, in the back, who are much bigger, probably taller than me now, who got to make the journey. And they took a lot of flack for that interview. Surprisingly enough, I thought I was going to, I produced a video. Dr. Ventry told the whole world that captivity is wrong. Whoop, it's on social media. I can't wait till all the whales are released. And we got killed. That we were dumb or stupid. And, the only thing we knew was what a documentary told us. They got sort of razzed at the lunch table. So you just have to ignore it, but you also do have to study. And these guys are my teachers. I mean, I feel like, I go home at night and, I watch or read something they've written. I get on YouTube. I go places where they're presenting, and this is how I've learned. And I think what's also important is that sometimes our kids may feel a little disconnected to the ocean in their world, that they have a survival mode based on the trauma they've gone through. But I think Dr. Silver Earle has a beautiful quote that says, or touch the ocean touches you. And all of these kids have, not in the video, some of our children cannot be videoed due to fear of being taken back by someone who has hurt them, but have never seen the ocean, have never seen outside of their 4-block radius that keeps them from the initial abuse they had gone through. So we have done work. It's not all negative, it's not all sad, and I'll talk you through some of the accomplishments that Gen Change has been able to do to teach kids. What did I do? What? See? I knew like a teenager. Yeah. Okay, so we got to become a nonprofit, which was our first criticism. You're not a nonprofit. We're now a nonprofit. We've taken them to Clean Ocean Action, and we've cleaned up the beaches, and they've seen for themselves firsthand what lands in the ocean. We have started production on a documentary that is going to be educational and free of charge to any school or organization that allows us to show it. The clip before that was a couple of Gen Changers interviewing a marine biologist named Jeffrey Martin, and this is Vanessa and George Burkhardt, who are ocean advocates in our area, and they have helped us a long way, and they are being interviewed by some of our Gen Changers as well. I've been accepted into a couple schools where I was able to teach classes with my ocean board, and I brought kids to my house, and if they were willing to learn, we go through how they can help. We've gone to cons and shows, trade shows, and have gotten some celebrity endorsements to not pollute our ocean. That's Aquaman. It's actually Jason Momoa, but he's going to play Aquaman. And we've gotten people to listen to our message and understand that there's a need for this in our coast, and there's a need for this with our kids, because these are kids that will grow up and inherit the earth. And we do Marine Mammal Mondays, which is a social media campaign where we try to also educate with some of our Gen Changers. We do Conservation Tip Tuesdays, and we do Wacky Fact Wednesdays, which is still cool, but it's just a little fun. We've gone to New York to seeing seafood as animals, and Dr. Laura Marino was a presenter there, and that was amazing for our kids to understand how overfishing is really destroying. I'm going to stop it because it's going faster than I'm talking. How overfishing is really hurting, no salmon, no blackfish, the bluefish tuna are dying. I mean, we're just killing most of what lives under the ocean, and they really were impressed with that presentation. We've also done very small fundraisers. We're not huge. We're desperately trying. We made a couple baskets, and we went to a local fall festival, and we auctioned them off. And whatever money we get goes directly to the cause. So if it's buying a kid a water bottle, or being able to take another class, or being able to meet with a company that wants to organize us coming in and teaching them, to go straight to the cause. And these are some drawings after we teach classes showing that kids are getting it. They're getting that dolphins need to be free. And we're not just doing this in Philly, but we're doing this in New Jersey and New York. We're featured in Huffington Post, which is probably one of the proudest moments. Sam really, I can't thank her enough, because before her, no one listened, except Dr. Ventry and Dr. Rose. We have partnered with Boys and Girls Track, and I'm just going to stop it there, and they are 5,000 strong, and literally the day before we got on a plane, they finally agreed to meet with me. I work for DHS, by the way. Boys and Girls Track are children who have grown up in the system and are now teenagers and moving into what they want to do in life. And we are now going to be able to partner as a teaching, mentoring program for kids interested to learn about this science, about captivity and ocean conservation. But you're not going to get 1,000 kids to come to that. So in a way to get the message in, they also can learn how to, if teaching is what they want to do, they can help me organize a lesson plan. If writing is what they do, they can try to help me write grants. Social media is what they want to do, they can help with our social media campaign. And if movie making is what they want to do, they can help with our documentary team. Because I feel like getting them in the door is the only step I need. The message will speak for itself, because it will continually be taught through the teaching and the grant writing, so they'll get it. So even if it's like, oh, I don't really, it's a killer whale, or I'm not interested in that, but I want to teach, so I still get them through the door, and the message still gets told. And that is a 5,000 strong base teenage population in our city. So my ultimate goal would be to have a center, so that I don't have to rely on the school district saying yes to me, or a summer camp program saying yes to me, because they're so burdened and so underfunded. I'm just another 10 minutes out of their day. I provide, either through working overtime or being on the web, reusable, sustainable products to every kid or group or organization that takes our course, listens to our message, or helps spread our program, so that we are reducing plastic on a daily basis. And I am attempting to nourish the passion for the children and youth that are in our city to wake up and realize that this is need-based, that even if you think this doesn't affect you, again, we are a dead planet without our oceans. One thing we don't have, and maybe this is age or I'm not connecting enough, although I post every week, is a lot of followers. But we've got some great followers, and I couldn't be thankful for them. They retweet, and it's the best thing to see someone like it or retweet it or spread the message, and it's a great way to help us as well. I mean, you don't have to donate. You could simply go on one of our social media sites and like us, look at one of our websites, sign up for our newsletter, and I do have a little table with some social media cards out there, and if, I don't know, I thought that I had put this in the slideshow, but maybe I missed it, but we also recorded a song called The Ballad of Wanda, and Wanda was the first whale taken into captivity by Marineland, and it took 2 days before she killed herself. She had swam continuously into the walls of the tank until she died. And the ballad honors Wanda, but it also honors every cetacean that is now held in captivity or has ever been held in captivity. And it's 99 cents, and again, it's just to help us get into these schools and get the products that will reduce the plastic into the hands of these kids. And they're performing Wanda at the Folks Festival on Thursday, so those two guys did that in collaboration with sound people and mic people, things I don't understand. In order to maintain this work, though, and meet our goals, we do need help with donations and sustainable resources. We are grant writing, and we have day jobs, so a lot of it is just part of our salary going towards keeping this alive. But I think together that we can do this. I think, unfortunately, sometimes a lot of this kind of work is on this coast, and people forget about Philadelphia, New York, New Jersey. We're 50%. So if you want to solve 100% of the problem, then you need 100% of the people, and we are 50% of those people. And these kids will grow, and if they grow and they don't change, then nothing will. But through education, I really believe these kids will get it, because those kids that you saw in that film then were taught, and they understood, and they got it, and they helped teach their friends, and they're all on Twitter, and they're all on hashtagging something on Instagram and Snapchatting and things I don't quite get, but they are spreading it, and that's a beautiful thing, because that's what we need. We need to be stronger and louder than the captive industry, because it's so strong and loud. 3 years ago, I put this out on Twitter that Innisbrook, which is a big, huge company that goes out to all the schools and you sell like candy and wrapping paper, and it's a fundraiser, their gift was a trip to SeaWorld. And coming here on the plane, Make-A-Wish Foundation had a child with swim with dolphins. The messages are everywhere that this is happy and good and safe and life-sustaining. And you need to meet these guys on the battlefield. They got the message. They have this. They have the kids. They do. Maybe not on this coast, but on our coast, they have the kids. So we need to take them back so that when they grow, the captive industry doesn't have to exist anymore. Time, so I hope to God I didn't go over, but that is my presentation, and I cannot be more grateful for you guys listening and being here. Thank you.
First, I'd like to say that we could not be more grateful for you being here and the work that you do, because I think a lot of people who work in animal and marine advocacy and ocean advocacy are really focused on whether it's the captivity industry or ocean health or salmon, you're sort of taking two vulnerable populations and putting them together, or not even two, 10, 20. So to go out and actually address the human population that you're addressing, and then the huge issues that you're introducing into that, is really amazing, and I think that you deserve another round of applause.